Good day to you, fellow viewers. Okay, that's creepy. Okay, so I have this idea that I just came up with right now. And when you think about psychology, you think about emotions, and then you think about ideas and how they form who we are. You know, your intuition and your logic, right? Or there's more complicated than that, but those are the big things. But I'm wondering, when you look at that, those aren't the only things that really make up a person. It isn't just how they relate to people culturally or their family background or the books they read. It's all information that they're taking in, everything that they're perceiving. And so sometimes, the identity that somebody has, it's not just like ideas that they believe or the religion or how they emotionally feel, their emotional bounces or whatever. But but as we take in, patterns of music or patterns of sight and sound, or colors, that our mind goes through patterns to digest this information, to take it in and view it and think about it or whatever. And as it does so, the patterns that come into your mind, the music or the ideas and the way that you think, also shape other patterns in your head. You know what I mean? I don't know how to. It's very vague. It's just a theory. I'm pretty sure some psychologists has thought about it before. I just thought about it right now. I don't know if it's true or not. If anybody knows any books that talk about that type of stuff, but it seems kind of interesting, that that we're not just a collection of religion ideas or what our family told us. We're also the art that we intake, the paintings we've seen, the movies that we've seen, the music that we listen to, and it's not just itself and how it affects us emotionally, but the patterns are being picked up by the brain, and they're, as they're digesting this music or taking it in, I'm pretty sure the brain has to process it a certain way, and when it does that, it goes through certain patterns, and those patterns might affect our emotions or affect who we are. And maybe schizophrenic people, I've heard a lot about them, is that for one thing, sometimes they often have really bad diets, a really bad diets, a really bad diet, but also they, you know, there are a lot of dopamine sensor problems with them, and dopamine is enacted by music and pleasure and whatnot like this. So when you're addicted to dopamine, it's like you got to have pleasure, and you kind of live in a world in your head, and you think about things that give you pleasure, but those things kind of turn in on you, and you kind of create your own reality. That's why they believe things that are kind of outside of reality and whatnot. I don't know how true that is theoretically. It's hypothesis. There might be more work on it out there somewhere. But sometimes I wonder about that, in that the patterns of information, not just ideas or emotions, but just information that we perceive affects the way that we think in a type of way, and it affects our thought processes. I don't know. I just think it's an interesting idea. I'm just saying. Yeah, whatever. Out.